G'day Internet, my name is Andrew Russell and I am the developer of a tiny little template called FNA Template. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give a little bit of a demo of this, a little bit of a sort of tutorial because it's very quick, and also a demonstration of some of the new features that are in there that are quite exciting. So while I talk for a bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the URL for this and I'm just going to clone it off GitHub. So I'm just going to paste it into my command there and let that go. So while that works, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this is. So FNA, if you're not aware, is a re-implementation of Microsoft's XNA Game Studio software. It was a library for making games in C# and .NET, and it was very good for the time. That's now gone by the wayside. However, a gentleman named Ethan Lee has created FNA, which is a cross-platform re-implementation of XNA, and it's very good. The implementation is great. And what I've done is I've just made a simple way of starting new projects with FNA. So there was a project template for XNA. Now this is a great one for FNA. So let's see how this has gone. So this has already checked out what we need here. So there's instructions in the getting started section. If you go to this URL on GitHub, you can grab these. So we need monogame, and we just use that for building content. We never actually use monogame at runtime. So you only need that on the developer system. You need the DirectX SDK if you're building any shaders. That's standard. And this, even though this is a bit of Windows software, you can get it running quite easily on Linux and Mac OS using Wine and One-Tricks. Anyway, what I've just done is I've grabbed this. This is grabbed also FNA as a submodule, so we don't need to actually get this ourselves. But I do need to grab the native libraries. So I've already downloaded them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to extract them into the folder that they're supposed to be in. So there they are. So what I can do now is I can open this solution file, and here we have 3 projects. So FNA is obviously the FNA project that Ethan made, and here's the template project and this create template thing. So first I'll show you the template project. So we can just run this, and there's the template. It says insert awesome game here, and we've got this little smiley face. We can actually go in and modify this template. I can scroll down and be like, welcome to the example. So I'm just going to add a bit of text to the template, and I can run it again, and bang, there it is. So that's all great. First of all, let me show you create templates. So if I go here and I go to properties and debug, I'm going to add some command line arguments. So this is a command line program, and what it does is it takes the template and creates copies of it that are usable for new projects. And the main thing it does is it just renames them, because if you're creating a game, you don't necessarily want to call it FNA template. You might want to call it awesome game, and we're going to put it in D projects example awesomeness. Okay, that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the solution command line argument to here. So this is one of the new features, and that is if I now run create template, I'm just going to run it in the debugger, debug start new instance, and that's just going to go off. It's going to find this template project, and it's going to make a copy. And so if I go back to example and look in this awesomeness folder, here's awesome game solution. Here's it's got the FNA project, it's got all of the libraries it needs, it's got the build system, and it's got this awesome game with all of the content, and it's basically a copy of this FNA template. So if I'm going to close out of Visual Studio here, just wait for it to think, and I'm going to open up my new solution that I've created from this template. So you can see here that I've got my project, and I can just hit run on this, and off we go. Insert awesome game here. Welcome to the example. So it actually copies things off the project that we just made. So off the example. So if you're using this on your own system and you want to add stuff to your template, you want to customize your template, those customizations will go to all of the copies that you make with the Create Template project. Anyway, the final thing I want to show you is that I've just added hot reloading for assets. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run that again, and I'm going to jump in here, and in Awesome Game Content Smile, I'm going to edit this image and just wait for the paint program to pop up. And I'm going to give him a nose and some eyebrows and maybe some ears and I don't know, some teeth. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to save it, save. Now I'm going to come back here and just hit F5. It's going to rebuild, and then all of a sudden, you know, I've got this, you know, the new content is integrated. You know, let's give him some more teeth and save it again. Hit F5. It's going to hit F5 and it's going to rebuild, and there's our new content. Now, also, you know, this also works with shaders. So I'm going to go over to our effects and open up example effect. Let me just bring it over onto the other monitor. So here's the sample effect that comes with FNA Template. I'm just going to make a quick modification over here and then rebuild, and then, you know, you can see the shader changes what it does there. So that is FNA Template in a nutshell. It is a really simple new project template for FNA. It lets you create new projects. It's got a system for building shaders. It works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And it's now also got a asset hot load system. So if you are the sort of person who, I don't know, does a lot of prototyping, experimenting, and you want to you want to make your own FNA project, and you want some starting point. If you want a starting point for FNA, this is a great one. So, you know, go to github.com/andrewrussellnet/FNA-template, or just, you know, search for it or whatever, and, you know, clone this guy, and off you go. You know, follow the getting started instructions. I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.